You'll keep in mind the Chrisley family from their appear, Chrisley Knows Best, which started airing in 2014. The docuseries taken after the family's life in Georgia and afterward in Tennessee, adjusting raising kids and touting their celebrity way of life. Envision keeping up with the Kardashians, but make it Southern. The family had a great run on reality TV until their castle came disintegrating down in 2022 after Jolene and Todd were caught propagating an rich lifestyle that they might now not bear to back. The J was up when they were convicted that year on charges of assess avoidance and found blameworthy of swindling community banks out of over $30 million in advances. The couple, who share children Savannah, Grayson, and Chase Chrisley, as well as Lindsay and Kyle from Todd's past marriage, have proceeded to demand they are blameless in spite of the mountain of proof against them. Savannah has been one of their greatest supporters, and she has regularly examined what she feels are mistakes in her parents' case amid portions of her podcast, Opened with Savannah Chrisley. Todd was initially sentenced to 12 a long time, whereas his spouse was sentenced to 7, but those have since been reduced, with Todd set to be discharged to a long time sooner and Julie's sentence cut by 14 months. In spite of the fact that there's a part of ready tape to cut through within the legitimate framework, Savannah has guaranteed to proceed to shed light on her parents' conditions and upgrades on their request cases. Savannah Chrisley reviewed her parents' stun on hearing the decision. Savannah Chrisley was within the court when a judge examined off multiple guilty decisions for Todd and Julie Chrisley, marking a day that will, until the end of time, stay within the previous magnificence queen's memory. On a Walk 2023 scene of Off the Vine with Caitlin Bristow, Savannah reviewed that critical day when she realized her guardians would need to serve government jail sentences. The previous Miss Tennessee high schooler USA conceded that her guardians were confident that they would walk free that day, and the Chrisleys were stunned to memorize the inverse got to be genuine. I will never disregard when they stood up to study the decisions, and it was like blameworthy, 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 like over and over and over once more, she shared. And I fair saw the sea on my parents' faces, and fair everything. They were fair in tears. We were not anticipating that. We were like, there's no way. Savannah accepts that the trial centered more on making an illustration of reality to stars, and less on what she says is deficiently proof. Their correct words were, "We trust this appears you that no one is over the law, counting celebrities and TV identities. In the event that they can't get absent with it, neither can you," the girl said of the collaborator U.S. lawyer and IRS personnel's commentary taking after the verdict. Savannah has kept up Todd and Julie Chrisley's blamelessness. Savannah Chrisley is talking up on sake of her imprisoned guardians, who she proceeds to preserve are guiltless and awaiting vindication. The reality star dove into the subtle elements on her 2023 appearance on Off the Vine with Caitlin Bristow, claiming that Todd and Julie Chrisley's monetary issues begun back in 2012 when they started partner with a previous commerce accomplice who was not named within the scene, but afterward confirmed to be Stamp Braddock. Savannah charged that Braddock, who went on to affirm in her parents' case, stole millions from Todd's company as it were to afterward turn against them. He really marked different resistance bargains with the government. And that's the portion that's not in the open eye, Savannah clarified. They do not conversation almost how there was a fellow who marked numerous resistance bargains with the government and he lied to the government. They permitted him to leave his resistance bargain, and he's the sole individual that given them all of their proof. And he said, I did all of these things, but they were at the instruction of Mr. and Mrs. Chrisley. They knew approximately it. The Chrisley Knows Best star claimed that the evidence given by her parents' previous relate had, however, to be confirmed in court. She encouraged that numerous details weren't detailed by the media, counting what she claimed was an IRS specialist lying on the stand, and over $500,000 in IRS reserves exchanged by her guardians, but never credited to their social security numbers. Savannah pointed out her parents' cruel sentences versus Jen Shah's. There's no deficiency of disrespected reality stars who have served imprisoned time for avoiding charges on their millions of dollars in screen time profit. No one knows it way better than Savannah Chrisley, who has been comparing her parents' case to that of one Bravo celebrity that's right now serving a federal sentence.